And it's not. Wait, are we recording?
We haven't started now.
Okay. Last thing before, because I know we probably have to get started.
Hi everyone,
Good.
welcome back. Oh, it's like our little vlogs.
Oh my God.
But anyway, welcome back to my time capsule podcast ish thing, Through the Cameron Lens. It's the title, in case you didn't get it. Today I have a beautiful, amazing, wonderful guest. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Allison Doyle Ubel.
Full name doxed just like that.
Government name.
Allie and I have known each other 4 years now, right? That's kind of crazy to think about. I don't appreciate all the different ways you've seen. Right.
I feel like.
Yes, true. Because yeah, true. School since high school.
3.6 maybe. Since freshman year, day one.
Day one, probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was your first impression of me freshman year?
I knew you would ask this because I looked at your email.
Yeah. It was
and I was trying to think about it, and I hate to tell you this. Here's my problem. I feel like I don't really have first impressions of people. Like, no, wait. Chill.
We're gonna have to circle back.
Like, when I look, I wasn't I don't feel like I look at people and have a first impression. I feel like I need a conversation with you. And I was trying to think back to if we even had classes together freshman year.
We did.
We had art. Did we have art together?
Art, yeah. Art, humanities.
Yeah, we had art together.
Math.
Okay. And actually, no, I have a first impression of you. Wait, no, we didn't have the same math class.
Really?
No, we didn't. I was with
I was in
code name I was with the older.
So, what was your first impression of me?
I think you I think I saw you with Reese and Cole. And I remember it being in math because I remember having a weird schedule. I flip-flopped my schedule around, I think. And so I think at first maybe we had a class or I remember seeing you in Miss Amy's. And I remember you just had this very close-knit group of friends, and I think you answered a question. I was like, wow, he's smart, he's on the ball. And I didn't develop much. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I develop more as I get to know people. Unless I just think you're an asshole.
Yeah. Well, that's
is
what
that
I was
valid?
gonna say.
What was your yeah?
No, I mean that's totally valid. What I was gonna say is that I think you do have first impressions of bad people.
Yeah.
You always are able to spot the bad apples pretty quick.
I get annoyed.
Do you get annoyed easily, do you think?
Yes, but I don't know how other people don't. I think that, yeah, I do get annoyed easily because I think that I get annoyed easily.
Yes, at the end. No.
Skirt around okay, what was your first impression of me?
My first impression of you was probably that you seemed... Were you gonna do ASMR?
Yeah, not to cut you off. I keep playing something Michael Scott.
Was that you were probably cool and stylish,
in freshman year.
Well, honey, you were cooler than the rest of us.
I don't know about that.
You've moved at a trajectory, not that you were as cool as you are now, or anyone is now freshman year, but we were always below Allie's level.
I don't know about that. Dude, my first year freshman fit, it was so my first day.
I would really like to remember that.
No.
I know I wore a shirt that said kind on the first day, and that's why your mom put me in her advisory, because I had a shirt that said KIN.
Wow, she said that?
Yeah, she says that a lot, actually, and she'll probably bring it up on the podcast if I have her on.
Aww.
But
I would love to see an episode with her. She's so cryptic. I never know what my mom is thinking.
I think you guys have that in common. But I know what both of you are thinking most of the time.
Well, I want to know my mom. I think she's not cryptic. She's not in tune with her emotions. So you can dig. Can I say that? I'm sorry, Mom.
Yes, you can say that.
Well, she's just a mom. She's I feel like a lot of moms,
No,
unfortunately, brush things under the rug really quick because they've had to. Especially with their husbands. But she's maybe just doesn't really fully feel it. So digging under, she's oh yeah, it made me sad. Hello? Okay, anything else?
Yeah, with her, I'm definitely gonna have to poke and prod. I usually do to get anything out of her. But yeah, she's a tough like outside. Anyway, I was gonna say the first like real memory I have with you would be walking to Starbucks. Do you remember that? That was the first time we like bonded, I feel. It was freshman year and
Yes.
the first time we hung out one on one. The
And we
first
had a
walk
conversation.
we
We
had
walked ahead. We all walked ahead, right?
no one else was going to Starbucks. We just went to Starbucks.
What? Okay. I also wait, can I just preface this?
Yeah.
This is gonna make me sound like a horrible person. You know I have such a bad
Yeah.
memory. You know I have such a like to prove this, sometimes, not always, I show people my notes of people's contacts because in order to remember like important details about them, I have to literally write them and I go back to my notes
But that
regularly.
still shows that you're better than most people because a lot of people will just forget. But you write them down. That you're one of the most thoughtful people I know in that sense. But it's just me glazing you.
It makes me scared.
Uh,
I have stuff for you, so, like little people's like little things,
yeah,
like favorite color, order
right.
for Starbucks, because I don't remember it. It's really bad.
No one would remember that. That's impressive that you write it down. But anyway, we did go to Starbucks. I think you were gonna go to Starbucks, and either I, classic, invited myself, or or you invited me probably. And then we walked over to Starbucks together, and we were just talking, and like I would say we were in ASB that year, student government, and
Mm-hmm.
at the time it felt very fake. Like, I don't know. You were just in class. It was a professional setting, as it should be. But I had just taken everything at surface level, and then taken everyone at surface level. But then when me and you went on that walk, we were like digging into people and dynamics in ASB
Yeah.
that I hadn't really gotten to articulate yet. And so, in a sense, I have people at work now who I feel like this with. Like, you were the first real person that I like talked to
Oh
out of
shit.
ASB. It was like a real. I was like, oh, we're all like sentient human beings and not just
Mm-hmm.
characters.
He's saundering. That was his saundering. No, but can we talk about like you just unlocked like a feeling of ASB for me. Like it
Yeah,
used to be so intimidating.
it
It's
was
and now like
scary.
looking back, like all those like boof people, like not in a mean way, like they're amazing people, but it's just funny that like I was super intimidated by like Eli Thornton.
Yeah.
Oh, can
Ooh!
I say bleep that out? It's so crazy that I was like genuinely like impressed by like Eli.
It's so funny. Like, yeah, definitely. And all of, yeah, I agree. It was definitely like they seem so much more like real people now. I found, you did like theater in middle school, right? And when I did theater in middle school, the like senior cast, like the older people were like, oh my God. It was like they were
Oh
incredible,
my
like
god,
adults,
yeah.
like
Well,
and
to be
actors. And
yeah.
and at eighth grade, mind you. And I just looked up like this one guy that I really like, I wouldn't say idolized, but I just remember looking up to him a lot in when I was in fifth or sixth grade and he was in eighth grade.
Yeah.
And no, I shouldn't have.
No,
There
literally.
was no
No,
reason.
literally. No, literally. That's literally. To be fair, the senior theater kids are so like they think that of
They
themselves.
project that. They want that.
They
Do you think we're like that in a sense still, now that we're seniors?
I don't think so.
You could
Like
also say I am, but you're not.
think about myself in like a I don't know. I definitely think that maybe if you got me around a freshman class, I would act a little bit condescending. I would be like, you guys are in for a wild ride. Just wait until you
Yeah. Just wait till you
just
get to
wait.
this class.
This
It's
is
gonna be
the best
crazy.
time of year. No, it's not. It's literally
It's
hell.
literally no one can enjoy high school truly. It's a sort of like
No.
you enjoy it with an asterisk, I feel.
There are moments you know what though? I'm biased because my favorite part of senior year is when I graduated. Not in a mean way, but maybe for me, getting older was always the goal. Like, I always hated like rules and like
Did you feel like you were an
curfew.
adult when you were little?
Um, I think looking back, I see trends of that, because Okay, let me explain that. Like Mr. Becerra one time, you remember when he like pulled me aside for a conversation?
Oh,
So I'm really name dropping.
there were probably a couple times that, yes, that's fine.
He was worried about me, and he said something. He was like, if you take care of yourself your whole life, by the time you get like 24, 25, 26, like you burn out, like you don't want to do that anymore. And I kind of like I didn't really brush it off, but low key, I feel like recently I've been looking at some of my behaviors, and like I was thinking about it because there's a certain thing in my schedule I might be dropping soon, like a class, and that would allow me to have more free time. And I was like, oh my God, more free time. No, even though I don't have that much free time. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, well, I can just pick up more hours. And I was like, and I was
No.
thinking, and of course that's the same old pattern, but I guess my point was like, sometimes I feel like some of my hobbies have turned into taking care of myself, you know? Like getting a car wash or like deep cleaning my room is like a hobby, or like organizing is a
It's
hobby.
honestly like a privilege. If I get
Yeah.
time to like put on music and clean my
And
room,
it's
that's
a
like
privilege.
that's horrible. That's fucked up. We're horrible.
And maybe that's something that can be enjoyed, like, oh, I'm enjoying the act of like cleaning my room. But I think for me it's like almost like some of my hobbies have turned into like adult tasks from like
Mm-hmm.
16. I don't know how to explain it, but like, you know, there's certain like elements that just made me think like, I don't think that I feel like I maybe just growing up with older siblings always felt like I had to be a little bit older.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah,
I
it's just like
definitely
you
see
just
that
want to
in
be like the
you.
older
You're
kids.
yeah, you're good at being older. Like also we've both been described as academic weapons repeatedly.
How we really?
Academic rivals, academic weapons, right?
Oh, by your own brother we have.
Yes.
By your own
My
brother
own kin who is on
at
the
my work,
podcast,
at my place of work. He was
Baskin
on the podcast.
Robbins.
He was on the pod?
Yeah, his episode was posted yesterday.
What? I need to listen to it. Dude, I love
You should.
podcasts. What's your favorite podcast
My
right
favorite
now?
podcast is So True with Caleb Heron.
Oh my
It
God.
inspired this podcast greatly.
I love that.
But what kind of weapon are you? If you're an academic weapon, what
Oh
weapon?
my God, what a good question. I was about to ask something so sad that's so like telling of our time. Like, did you chat GBT any of these questions? Dude, how fucking freaking sad is that?
You don't
How
have to
sad is
censor.
that? But
Yeah, I did not to answer.
I
I
knew you
sort of
wouldn't. I knew you would.
open my computer, like put a piece of paper in front of me and just like dig through my memory of you or the guest and then just start writing questions. And honestly, ChatGPT might come up with better questions.
No, no, it could never. I hate ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Actually, I hate ChatGPT. What kind of weapon am I? Well, the first thing that pops into my mind is a Glock.
You bring
Because
up Glocks a lot, I
do I
feel.
really? I used to say a lot like I'm gonna pull my Glock out.
Yeah,
You might have
that
to leave that.
that's not gonna go on the YouTube version.
Or like a pistol maybe, because listen, you refill them and they have all this ammo and they're like wait, that's like an AR, but then they run out.
Mm,
Then you have to get more ammo, and getting more ammo is expensive or takes a lot of time. You have to go to the store. So maybe getting
That's
more
really
ammo
good.
is like, wow, I need to like refill my
Yeah.
cup and I burn out and then
Wow,
da-da-da.
I honestly put that as a joke question, and you just gave me like the best answer.
Did I really? Okay,
Yeah.
what's your weapon?
What is my weapon? Samurai sword.
I knew you were gonna. I wish you could have asked me just now. What did you think I was gonna say? I wish you
were
could
gonna
have.
say a
I
samurai
promise you,
sword?
because that's what popped in my head. Because I was like, maybe a machete or like a samurai sword. Of course, you're a samurai sword.
That's so crazy.
No, I wish
I
you had
think
just
we
asked me just
have known
now.
each other too long.
I
We're
wish you
too
had just
locked
asked
in
me.
on here.
Yeah.
That's really crazy. Yeah, that's what I would say, and I have no good reasoning like you do. It just feels right. It's- you also do that a lot, and I can't do that.
You're a stinger. You're a stinger.
I know I do.
You're vocal. Beep beep. Why did I do that? I'm gonna start stimming.
What vocal warm up is that? Yeah.
You do that. Yeah, my.
Yeah, I can't do tongue. I can't roll my tongue more than like once. I can
Well,
say
I
like
do a
arroz,
thing
but I
where I
can't say like
go-
arroz. Oh, it kind of went.
I like can't properly do. I remember because I did like classical training, like opera. Like my teacher was like an opera singer.
Really?
So I did a lot of like breath work and
Hmm.
I can roll my R's, but I like can't though. Like I can't do it in proper like classical form. Like I
Hmm.
move my chin a little bit to make the air keep flowing, which is really weird.
Huh.
And she was always on me about that.
She's
She was
really
like,
upset about it.
"Keep your chin straight." No, she was so sweet. But like I don't know, it's like little like things that make
My
me
singing
feel
teacher threatened to like put like
like
a necklace around my waist, and then I had to like do the vocal warm up with it and keep the necklace up. Like
oh,
I
that's
couldn't, but
crazy.
she didn't actually do it. She just said that she was going to.
That's genius. It's all
Yeah,
about the breath work.
it's all about the breath work. But anyway, your teacher, your mom is a teacher. Your teacher is a
Yes.
mom. Well, not anymore, but
My teacher is a mom. My life teacher is a mom, and so is yours. Your life teacher is a mom.
that's really sweet. Okay, so your mom's a teacher,
My mom is a
also.
teacher.
Um, and do you think having a teacher for a parent is more helpful or harmful?
I think it's harmful.
Why?
And I'll tell you, well, first of all, the Met was not my first choice. I was set to go to the art school. I was set to go to SCPA. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I was literally set to go to SCPA.
CPMA.
SDC, SCPA.
Oh, yeah,
The
the high
high
school.
school.
I see.
But it was really far, and after COVID, theater was like
You wouldn't have done
not
well there either.
no, because I was already kind of losing love for theater just because I think I got performance anxiety after COVID. Like I got a lot more anxiety, and then it was like a little bit more performance anxiety. But I don't know why I didn't just go to Madison. Like, but it's fine.
Do you wish you did?
Sometimes, only because but no, like, why would I regret anything? Like, I love the people I've met at the Met. Like,
Aw,
like you know, and like Mariel and Matt, like, that's so sweet.
yeah.
I think something I'm considering with college is just like that social aspect. I feel like the one thing at the Met is maybe because of the independence. Maybe in lower classmen it's like this, but you don't always have that like talk to random people in class vibe. You
Never.
know?
Almost never.
Yeah, and that's a vibe that I feel like is really, really great. And
I
I
agree.
and I maybe hope that the Met will do bigger class. I don't always feel like small classes are great.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about small class
Well,
sizes?
I prefer a small class usually, but I prefer a small class of people who don't know each other.
Yeah,
But I think bigger classes are harder to manage. It's harder to be successful if you're struggling in a bigger
for
class,
sure, for
and
sure.
it's harder for a teacher to keep track of everybody. But I just think back to, you remember like chemistry?
Well,
That was another story, I suppose.
um,
Anyway, did you ever explain why your
oh
mom
yeah,
being a teacher is
why
more
it's harmful?
harmful?
You know, I think school in a sense is a place to escape your parents a little bit, especially when you're younger. Like when I got my car, I was chilling,
Right.
and like we would still fight, but like I had my car, and like she would never like take that away from me.
Please.
She actually did once. She did once, but it only
Really?
lasted
Wait,
like 8
what did
hours.
you do to get your car taken away?
Well, okay. You remember how my phone used to die a lot?
Yeah.
I was at SCSU and it was my junior year and it was like beginning of junior year. So it wasn't the best time for me. It was like September and I had a curfew of maybe 10 or 11 on school nights. 10 probably at this time, 10s and I don't know. Which curfew she just gave up after a while. But and I was at SDSU, but I was hanging out with my friends, but it's state and I was
Mhm.
young. I was like
Yeah.
15 no, I was 16. And my phone died. And I was with my brother kind of cuz we were like walking around the dorms, visiting some other friends. I think I was with and we were all chilling. It was after the trip and we kind of all hung out. We were talking to some other people, whatever. So I wasn't doing anything. I definitely wasn't partying at state.
Yeah.
But it was like a Thursday or Friday and my phone died and it got to be like 11:30. And I was driving home and my phone finally charged on the stupid like pad it had and my mom's where are you? Like, she was so
Hmm.
mad, which I get. Like, your kid's not responding.
Yeah, it's a little scary
They're
at
at a
state.
school. They're at like one of the biggest, like they're at state and they're driving. And mind you, she was so strict about the license curfew, or not strict about it, but she was like, it has a
Oh,
curfew of
I
11,
got into a
right?
huge fight with my mom about that too.
Yes.
And I just like, sorry, now me time. No,
No,
we'll
yep,
get
no,
back to you.
please.
But like, because I switched houses and it was just late at night and I wanted to just like go to the other house. I don't even remember whose I was at, but my mom was like freaking out about me driving at all. And I'm like, honey, house switch day. I'm driving, like court ordered. Let's
No,
go. And
literally.
she's like, court ordered. You can't like drive after 11. I'm like, who cares? What's gonna happen? I'm not gonna get pulled over unless I'm a terrible driver. So I'll drive after 11. I'll drive safely. Like, it
Yeah.
was a
No,
whole
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, some
I stand
parents
by it.
don't
I should have
care.
just, yeah,
Yeah, some parents don't care. Some parents don't care if you drive other people. Some parents don't care at all, but my
right.
mom
My mom
really cared. It was
too.
always about the law.
Right.
My mom was never super strict, but she was super strict about the law. Like,
She doesn't want you going to jail again.
yeah, she again.
Just kidding. Sorry.
No, yeah.
Yeah. And so then you got your car taken away because you were out of
Well,
state too late.
she was like, "Give me your keys."
Ooh,
And so I gave her
spicy.
my key, and then the next day she like had a flight she had to catch or something, and she was like, "Can you drive my car home?" And it was lunch drive, and I was such a cunt. Oh my god, I was like, "I'll drive your car home if I can get my car back and I can get my keys back." And she said yes. So it was a matter of like
You were
5
negotiating.
hours that I had.
You
Dude,
bribed
she
her.
was so tired, I bet. I was literally talking about this with
I
Chad
think,
the other day.
yeah.
Like, I was low key not the best kid,
I
but
think that me and you are hard to have as children because we're too smart.
well, yeah, it's just like,
We know
ugh,
how to get what we want
yeah,
too well, and it makes it very difficult for our parents, probably.
yeah. Have you ever gotten your keys taken away?
No, they need me to drive. It would be like the
Yeah,
end of
that's
the
what. Yeah,
world if I
my
got my
mom
keys
needed
taken
me
away.
to drive.
Yeah, and since I've started driving, I don't think I've ever made my parents that upset. Like, not since I had a real license.
That's good.
But I don't know. I just negotiate with my parents again. Like the other night, I was going out, and my dad's like, "What time are you gonna be home?" And I don't really have a curfew. I was just like 11, 11:30, and he's like, "Okay, text me if it's gonna be later." And like, and then if it's gonna be later, then we gotta like negotiate.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's just like a matter of being communicative, which I really appreciate compared to like parents who are just strict
No,
for no reason. But
absolutely.
sometimes my parents will create rules, and I'm like, I've never given you any reason to believe that I'd be any sort of
Dude,
bad about this. So
literally.
like, why are we upset that I'm out late or whatever? And anyway, but how about dating in high school? Pros and cons? You've had your if you want to talk about
No, I'll
relationships.
talk about it. I don't think you should get into a relationship at night.
Here's this. He's like, okay then.
Oh my god, I have so much to say about this.
I knew you would.
Can we cut some of it out? I don't want to make you do too much editing.
No, I mean this one's gonna be a doozy.
Okay.
I already knew.
I think relationships are really, really hard in high school. And I think being single all of high school, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I'll say, if I hadn't had like 4 or 5 years of consistent therapy before I got into a relationship with somebody that I actually respected and liked, even though it's a lovely person, we probably wouldn't be in a relationship. Because, and I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but like there's a lot of unlearned and learned things I feel like you have, even from just like growing up. Like I didn't know how to I was so not like, I don't know. So it was a combination of like the right timing, the right like healing or whatever, and like self-awareness and the right person. And that's probably how I'm still. But if I had never done therapy, like I don't think I would. Yeah, especially with social media. I feel
Yeah.
that I think social media pushes such a weird narrative on relationships nowadays, and I really hate it because I think that there's so much like he versus she, or she versus she, or he versus he.
Okay, inclusive. There you go. Woke.
Woke. Liberal. Have you seen that meme? Have you seen it? You seen the guy with the tongue? Liberal.
But there's so much he versus she, yeah.
There's so many 3-month rule, talking stage, all this bullshit. I'll tell you, with my relationship currently, we went on first dates. Like, yes, we talked via like social media, but we went on like dates, like specific dates, like dates. And it was like, do you want to be in a relationship? Like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And it was good. And then
That's
it was like
healthy.
another month or two of more like chill, like dates, like
Yeah.
still getting into and then we started like being more of a like relationship. I mean, like we
Right.
didn't just like rush into everything at once.
You guys waited before you got into like a real relationship. That's great, I think. Like,
Yeah.
you made sure that you actually liked each other before.
Yeah.
I feel like
before
I was thinking about it, and I just think high school relationships are so weird because people are so desperate for a relationship.
That's another
it's such a,
thing.
Like, it's such a status.
Oh my god, that's another thing. I did not want to be in a relationship. I could show you my playlist. I have this one Spotify playlist. And it's called like music to repress the urge to get a boyfriend. And my boyfriend found it. Like,
do you not want his name on here?
Maybe not. I don't know.
So many people are named.
Anonymity.
You could be talking about anyone.
I'll start using a code word. Chad.
Okay, Chad.
It's level 10 Chad. Housemogger.
Allie's boyfriend, Chad.
Chad. Yeah, Chad like found the playlist like while we were talking, and he just found it funny. But he like brought it up, or like he was like, or like I showed him, I was like, yeah, like I actually really didn't want to be in a relationship like before we got together. Like I made this playlist, like look at this playlist, or like if something came up and he was like, I know about that. He was like, because we like Spotify. Yeah, you're on like Spotify friends together, obviously. But anyway, I think that's another thing to it. I think if you're always searching for something. No, but I think especially with relationships, if you're seeking it out, it's never going to be good.
Right.
And I had that. My first like experience was just awful. And it was, I don't want to say a situation where I was like taken advantage of, but it was not a good situation. Like it was such a bad situation.
Yeah.
And
you have to be careful, I think, and like aware, right? As like a high schooler, you have to be aware that you're just a high schooler. Like,
and how can you know that in high school? Like you said, I adopted such a personality where I was like, oh, I'm an adult. Like I can take care of myself. You can't take care of yourself, especially if the other person knows what. Like knows what they're doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
in a
it's
sense.
awkward if like there's a big gap in like if the other person has had a lot of relationships and then you are in your first relationship. That's like very awkward, or it could be.
I mean,
difficult.
It's easy to take advantage, you know. I feel like
I didn't like how you said that.
Take advantage.
Don't look at me like that,
no.
Oh my God, Allie.
It's okay.
I'm only in high school.
Take it. No, I mean if you're a freshman and you get into a relationship with like a junior, that's not a situation, and it's so romanticized, dude.
It's weird.
That's my thing with socials, dude. I think you should not be on socials. Even now, I'm like, once I'm done with this social media position, I'm deleting TikTok. Like it influences you.
You delete TikTok like every few months.
I know, but this time it'll stick. But I have to have it for my job. But once I'm done with time.
Okay, I actually really wanted to ask you about social media.
Okay,
because you have such a beautiful Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
And you post like a regular amount, but in like a normal way. I think that you have like sort of an aspirational Instagram. Like people would probably really like yours. But I am just really curious how you view like appearance and social media appearance, if you care a lot about it or if it comes naturally to you to be good at it, like what did I even write? Um, how do you see your public appearance and social media presence? How much do they matter to you?
Um, it matters to me. Like, I feel like I'd be lying if
It
I said it
matters to
didn't
me
matter
too.
to me.
No,
I
I
mean, I feel like
agree.
if you look at my feed, you could be like,
This girl puts a lot of
she
work
put
in.
some work in. I mean, I think I'm on like the Pinterest side of Instagram, maybe.
Yeah. Oh
Like I
yeah,
really like
totally.
I'm in so to a certain extent I really like Instagram because I think it'd be an artistic outlet. Like if you do look at my Instagram, like I have a lot of pictures that like I've taken on my digital that I was just like, "Oh, this is a cool shot." So I think
Mm-hmm.
it's a cute place to put, but there are a lot of really cool shots that I wouldn't put on there because it's like not the like yeah. I don't know,
You're
maybe
very like a connoisseur, I think, of many
yeah,
things.
it's like, but I hate social media. I mean, I like Instagram. Like I said, I think there's an artistic element to it, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that it used to be so stressful, and it's still stressful. Like, it's so
Posting on
stressful.
Instagram gives me a small panic
I
attack.
don't like posting. You know, I do a lot of archives
Ye
because I don't like the comments. I don't like responding. I don't like thinking about it. It's such a weird display of pop of
And
like
it's like
friends.
if
It's so
your friends need to
and if
comment
your
if you're
friends didn't comment,
in the
then you
post, if
become
you're
the right
not in the post, and
thing.
then like yeah, I'm actually really curious about the comments because like you, every comment on your Instagram is like gorgeous, beautiful, so hot. Like
No,
they're
no, none of
catcalling
it.
you.
No, none of it goes to. But none of it goes like it's. You would maybe for some people you get validation from that.
Yeah, you just try not to like
I
take in
don't
any
get
of
it.
it.
I don't get validation from that. Not in like a not in like a oh like I don't get validation, but just like it just doesn't it
It
just
doesn't. That's
doesn't
good
register. And
because
also cuz it's social media. Like social media is fake. I don't like posting. I don't do a lot of I mean I it's a love hate, but it's definitely a competitive platform.
I agree. It feels so everyone uses it in a very different way. I feel like
Mhm.
everyone handles their Instagram in a different way and then feels that their way is the right way.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
I see it too. Like I scroll on Instagram, like you shouldn't have posted that. But like if
Yes.
I were
Yes,
you, then
yes.
I would have felt like you. Like it was
Oh
just
my
interesting because
god.
our friend Dalton, like he uses Instagram like a comedian.
Like a
It's like
shit post,
bit
yeah.
after bit, like shit posts. It's hilarious. And I took a picture one time. It was so funny. We were in like Barnes and Noble and we found a like Egyptian, like an ancient Egypt graphic novel,
Oh,
and
cute.
it
That's so
had
cool.
like two like it was like ancient Egyptian men like going at it in the graphic novel. It was crazy. I was like, what
Okay,
is
in the
this
graphic
book?
novel,
Yeah, yeah,
how
yeah,
do
yeah.
you get approved to be sold?
It wasn't like pornography. Like it was cut off
No.
at so it was carefully cropped. So you know what I
Oh,
mean? But
wow.
you could tell. And the words were like even funnier. I'll have to show you after this. But like
Yes, please.
Dalton was like, you have to post that. Was so funny. Like you have to post it. If you don't post it, I will. And I because that's how he posts. He posts the most like hilarious, outlandish things. And I do really like Dalton's Instagram. I think it's funny. But like I'm like, I can't post that. Are you freaking kidding me? My aunt follows
Mm-hmm.
me. Like I can't post that.
Yes, my
But
everybody and their
on
mother
another
follows
level,
me.
I was like, this would be really fun. You have a lot of followers. Do you care about how many followers you have or how many likes you get?
I think I didn't for a while. To be honest, now that there's the whole like 20, 30 pages and planning to
Oh
rush,
yeah,
you'd be
yeah.
surprised how
It matters
if
now.
you rush, they look at your stuff. They
Really?
look at your stuff. They look at your
No, I'm actually not
Instagram.
surprised.
They look at your TikTok. Like they actually look at and you can get dropped if you
Right.
post like drugs. If
Hmm.
you post certain things, you're dropped, dude. So honestly, there's a couple, and I don't really post on my Instagram. Like I feel like I try not to post me like going out. Like I try not to do
You're
that.
very, I'm telling you, Allie's Instagram is super like catered. Like very precise, I would say.
Yeah.
You are not forthcoming on Instagram, but at the
Yeah.
same time, you post a lot. I mean, I don't know if I'd say a lot. It just depends on your, like, I don't post. I almost never post. Like, every, like, 6 months I post,
Mm-hmm.
which is, I don't know. I find Instagram really hard because it's like, if I were a girl, I would model my Instagram off of you,
Aw.
and the twins and stuff.
The twins are so cute. The
They're
twins
so good
inspire
at
me. Their
Instagram.
post
By
inspired
the
me to
way,
like do some
have
cuter
you seen
stuff.
Sydney's boyfriend?
He's so fun.
He's so
Wait,
fun.
can I say that?
Yeah,
I mean that. Sorry,
I think
Chad. I mean that in like a pure. He's like 25. No,
Would
he's
Chad
22.
care?
I don't think, but he's. I'm like
He's
period,
fine.
Sydney.
No, I was impressed.
I
And
was ecstatic for her. I said, I
said,
know
I
that.
know it. I knew you'd get that, Sydney.
I knew
Yes.
because she's so cute and cool and funny and talented and
She
smart.
deserves it so much.
And he's so artsy too.
He seems right up her alley.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I want to, like, when we go to San Francisco, I want to meet him.
Oh my god, yes.
But I don't even know now if I don't know. But anyway, so, social media, you don't post your relationship either. You're very...
Yes, I do. People say that to me all the time.
'cause
Chad is all over. Go to
Chad,
my.
I know exactly how much Chad is on there. I'd say 3 posts.
Okay,
and
am I
highlights
on
and highlights.
his?
I don't know. I don't
Yes.
follow him.
But
Wait, yes, you are.
But also, that's another thing about your relationship. I want to keep, even I feel bad, I don't even always post my friends. And I don't mean not to. It's just like, I want to keep these special parts of my life special and private. Like, I know I'm not an influencer. I know I don't reach far. I was
you have
on
1,000
private.
followers. Like,
I'm on like,
how do you have 1,000 followers as a private?
I was private. I only just went public for the 2030 pages. Wow. I have been private my whole but even that, it's like when I post, I feel like an influencer posting for the world. Not that saying I'm an influencer, but I'm like anyone could see this. So I just want to keep it as like just as social, just almost as influencer as possible, in the sense that I don't want any part of my personal life on the internet at all. Is that a weird thing to say? Like, obviously a lot of it is on. It's not a weird thing to
say at all. It's only a weird thing to say on a podcast.
Okay. But this is different. This is cool, but I feel like
at the if you listen to one with my brother, at the end of it, he went I think people aren't reading books, and instead they're like listening to audiobooks or Kindle or like
listening to podcasts.
He's like, or he goes, or podcasts and like a bad thing. I was like, you're on a podcast.
Yeah, like okay,
pal. Wait, that's what I bring up on every episode though, is my first girl I had on from work. She said she went on a date with this guy from Mesa, obviously, and I say obviously because of what he said, and he told her, like, what do you like to do? And it asked her, and she was like, I like to, read and stuff. And he's like, I think books are being phased out.
Books will never be phased out. You know why? Because the human brain literally needs to know how to read, and you need to. Dude, reading is so important. I need to read more. What type of dip? Yeah, I'm sure he went to Mesa. You know what major? I'm sure he's just getting his GEs done. Then he's going to transfer to state for finance. I'm sure that's what it was. What a guy.
Yeah. You have to listen to that episode. She's such a sweetie who I had on. And she reminds me of you. You guys have similar jewelry. But
oh, wait, you told me about her.
Did I?
Did she go to Mesa? No. You mentioned someone who had similar jewelry as me.
Yeah, probably. She is taking classes at Mesa right now because she was starting at Miramar, but she's going into like upper division classes, or she needs to be at Mesa. She's there every day now. Sometimes we meet up. But anyway, yeah, so a lot to say about social media. We've really covered the
social media. Can I just add?
Keep going.
I heard someone say on another somewhere, can't quote it.
Another podcast, my competition.
Probably. No, you don't need any competition.
Yeah, because I'm so
Picture
far.
perfect. You don't need no filter. Please cut this out. I keep forgetting this. I'm like, I think weird. Like I want to like talk to you like how I usually talk to you.
I
Like,
want
and
you to.
I'm also like on a podcast. Like I'm, but I know
I
that's
know it's
what
a
you
difficult
said.
in
That's
between,
but as
but
soon as
you
the
don't
mic
do.
is in front of me, I'm like,
Oh,
oh. Yeah, but the baddification in the past 5 years, I think especially TikTok is a really harmful form of social media that people aren't realizing. You can notice how positive it used to be if you were on in 2019, 2020. I feel like it used to
Mm,
be really positive,
yeah.
really colorful. It's just not anymore, I feel like. I think it's a really negative space,
TikTok.
unfortunately. Yeah, and I don't think it's the same with Instagram.
TikTok, at least from what I see, what I despise is like the level of like I think 80% of the videos that come up on my feed are talking about someone else or some other
Yes,
entity
there's a
and usually talking in
lot.
a bad way. This person just said this. This is what I think about it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I care on a certain level. I care what like you think about what other people said, but I don't need so much of TikTok to be that. You could be dancing, you could be showing off your talent, you could be making an edit, and I get those too. But I feel like they've become so much less.
Yeah, I get a lot of like opinion pieces, but
I
it's just
know
really negative boof
it's
opinion pieces.
yeah, and it's just like I love an opinion piece sometimes, but I think we're in like the information age in a sense that so much information is
Oh
coming at us
yes,
on so many
yes,
levels. It's
yes,
like
yes. Talk
so
your shit.
overstimulating on like a grand scale. Like in a moment I could be overstimulated if there's like music playing and I'm squished up against someone and whatever. Like that's overstimulated. But like I'm becoming overstimulated. Like my average level of stimuli is like increased because TikTok is so excessive and coming at me with so many. It's like you get what I'm saying, and I think and the other thing is it's not. I don't really believe in the information age because the information we're getting is not
Fact checked.
verifiable. Exactly.
You know, one of my favorite things ever, not favorite things ever, one of you can talk about Joe Biden all you want, but his final speech, he was like, what did he say? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so, um, mm, where America is headed towards like a very dark something something. Media is giving up on fact checking, or social media is
Mm-hmm.
giving up on fact checking. Something else. But he was reporters are being buried. Like he really like ate that and then left. But
Yeah, no, we don't have a free press anymore.
there's the free press is crumbling. Social media is giving up on fact check. He said something. We should play it.
I was journaling one time and I wrote like free press is on a leash.
Oh yeah, it's
Like it's not free, it's tied up.
yeah, it's a very like
And it's
economic free
scary. It's
press.
so scary. I also was thinking the other day, if we're gonna get into politics, the concept of politicians and democracy is very difficult for me. I love democracy. But
Michael Scott.
but how am I to trust a politician I believe in, I voted in to do the right thing if that they actually feel is right, if they're just doing what's going to get them the right votes in the next election? You know what I mean? Because on some level, like the whole voting thing
Mm.
ties them. They have to do what their constituents want if or their constituents won't vote for them. But also, like, they have to do what the voting constituents want, even if it's not the mass opinion of their district or whatever. I was just thinking about the council members, like our
Mm.
city council members.
Oh my god, dude.
Did you hear about like the Israel thing and
Yes.
so crazy? But do you think Gen Z needs to get more involved with politics or less involved with politics?
I think I think the statistics show more. I think the stats show that 18 to 24 range is not involved enough. I
Mm-hmm.
think you're but I think it's changing, honestly, because Gen Zers are getting screwed over right now. I
Oh,
mean, so screwed over. I mean, why is my main concern right now? Okay, I'm going into this major. How can I turn this major and what do I have to do in order to be able to buy a house by 26?
Like, in what world can I possibly sustain a family?
In what world? Like, why is that going into college mindset? Why am I thinking like, should I switch majors because I'm not sure this major is going to lead into a high, like, obviously yes, but like I think in the past 10 to 20 years, so much of our economy has become like literally inflated, like in every aspect, just with like we were talking about like GPA inflation and like application
Mm-hmm.
inflation. The economy is like that too. I mean, the economy is just pretty rough
Yeah.
right now, but it's just like
Everything's being like so over.
it's overachieving. It's like a new age, but I'm like
It's like the culture of capitalism is just to make us keep going above and beyond and better, and I think it's backfiring.
yeah, it definitely is. And that above and beyond attitude, you're not supposed to give 110% every time you're gonna burn out. So, but I think right now Gen Z is having to go
The grind
110%.
set, the grind
The
set is
grind set,
killing
I
it.
hate the grind
set is
set.
grinding me,
And you know
and not in the fun way.
and you know we're deep in the grind set.
We're stuck.
20 reps into the grind set.
And we got 20 more grinds before we get out.
We're in deep in the grind set, but how
And
can
can
you
you
not
like
be
act
in a
out
sense?
how it feels being in the grind set?
Like slowly melt down and be like held down by a 20-pound weight.
Yeah.
Drilled into the like
Honest
floor.
to God, the grind set is grinding me alive.
The grind set is grind. It really is. It's.
I'm ground beef.
I'm ground almonds, dude. I am almond flour,
Vegetarian.
dude. Oh, that's gluten free, oh. What are you talking about?
Because I said ground beef and then you said almonds.
Oh, I thought you were saying me to the almond flour, like has to be vegetarian. I'm like,
no, that is gluten free. Are you gluten free too?
no.
I could never. I would die if I were gluten free. I'd
I
rather
mean,
die.
You
than be
literally
gluten-free.
might without carbs if you weren't getting your carbs in right.
Right. But there's like gluten free carbs.
No, yeah, I'm like fine.
You're just making.
I just
up.
winked at the camera. You didn't see.
Oh, sorry. The camera. Oh, that was a blink for sure.
No.
You just went.
Me when I can't wink. Please.
I actually am glad we got the camera working for this episode.
No, yeah. I'm doing a lot of turns.
You're doing a lot of camera work.
No.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
No, yeah, the grinds.
You remember our trip to Minneapolis?
Of course, I remember Minneapolis.
The one
Prayers for Minnesota.
Yeah, honestly.
By the way, shout out Minnesota.
might be the ones to change things though right now.
Really?
I
I know
feel
they're
that.
really going into. I know they're still like.
Did you go to No Kings today? No, you were working.
I was working and
I
I
was
was
working
sad
too.
about it. I didn't
I was
see.
really
I
upset.
haven't even been on TikTok, but I haven't seen anything about it.
I always think about how your mom, who's a government teacher, told me that it only takes like the New York Times or some study was done and they found out it only takes 3.5% of the population to like go to a press or do something to show they're against whatever. And once 3.5% have acted in some way or another, that's when you see real change in a government. And I'm like,
was it not 3.5 last time?
no, we haven't reached 3.5 yet. With like, I looked up how many people were at the No Kings protest, but it was like close-ish. And I'm like, if we keep going at this
Total?
trajectory, 3.5% of our population, not like 3.5 million, like 3.5%.
No,
is
yeah.
a lot of people.
That's
It's actually a huge number of people, but yeah, no, it wasn't that there last time. I'm like, I had so much hope last time. I was like, oh, next time there's me even more.
yes.
But then this time today, no one I know went, and I'm like, why? And
Well,
including
people
myself,
are tired.
I know we're tired, but I also think we're in a culture of like, fads and phases, and it's cool to be an activist one day, but it's too much the next. And I don't know where we're going, like if people are really locked in on the whole fixing the country thing, or if they're just like, is it a hobby?
Well, can I counterpoint that?
Please.
I will say I only saw like one. I didn't even see anything about No Kings on social media. And I'm
today.
on the news, like side of social media, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You should look at my reposts. So I was almost wondering
Do you
if there was
repost on
anything to do with
Instagram?
oracles. I don't. Anyone could see that. Anyone could see
I know.
that.
I would never repost on
I
Instagram.
especially you see people repost some cringe shit. I'm like, please.
I do, but I looked and I have Instagram reposts and I have no memory of reposting
Oh, that's bad, dude. Even
But
my likes on Instagram, I'm scared about those.
I don't mean like it went magically. I was just looking and I was like, did I repost
I was like,
this?
oh, I reposted.
Because I usually try not to repost stuff on Insta because I think they're just copying TikTok with the whole reposting. But anyway, sorry. You didn't hear anything about No Kings today.
No, and I was almost wondering if that was anything connected to Oracle buying TikTok, or I have seen people talk about the news feeds. Like, I don't want to feed into any of that, but I didn't see anything. I didn't see a repost from people on Instagram. I didn't see. I should have reposted a thing like, "Oh, no King's March." I would argue people might be a little bit burnt out, not in a mean way, but I mean, look at all of this, and there's no changes. We don't see any changes. But I also have another theory to talk to you about that I really have to talk to you about. Say what you're gonna say, and then I'll say what I was gonna say.
No, you just keep it.
Okay. I saw one Hope Core video on TikTok that actually gave me hope.
Wow.
Can we get into politics?
Please.
In 2017, before he was fired, one of Trump's closest advisors came up with a psychological political tactic that's, I don't know what it's called, but it's basically shit posting, throwing everything at people. So right now, a lot of the cases are losing. Yeah, a lot of the cases, I mean, the tariffs didn't pass. Obviously, he's trying again with some other boof tactic. A lot of cases are losing in the courts. We don't hear about them, though. You know why? Because we're seeing and we're seeing all this. It feels like evil to even say that. It's like Voldemort, but we're seeing constantly everything new. Oh, a war in Iran. I'm not going to say the war in Iran isn't hugely significant, but also
they're just doing
why the fuck are we in a war with Iran? Economic gain, maybe? It's more economic loss, and we know that it's just more shit and more shit and more shit and more shit. They know they're gonna that's what I'm like. So as much as there's a lot of bad stuff, and as much as all the shit posting is really negative, there are a lot of really, I know the SAVE Act, and it's a lot of really scary stuff. And obviously immigration is not just shit posting. That's extremely serious, but there is a lot of distractions in a sense, and a lot of oh, how much more can we take? I feel like it's how we're supposed to feel, which is how we do feel.
Yeah, but how do we fight back against that?
Yeah. And a lot of people, I didn't even think about that, and then she brought it up and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's a really good point. Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah, no, it's awful though. It's how do you cope with it? I don't know.
And with that, I have a question. I have a segment for you.
Okay.
Oh, my giant board. I do this every episode.
Oh my goodness.
So there's
oh my goodness.
a bunch of different symbols, and each one is actually a question. This is a deep question segment. So choose one that calls to you, and you can open it and answer. You can let go too. I got it. You can answer the question that you feel that is coming to you. Sorry.
You're good. I don't want to hit. This looks like a man's face.
What do you think it is?
It looks like a man with a.
It's meant to be a rotting apple. I'm really bad at drawing.
No, I love it.
Everyone says it looks like a face though, and I have yet to see it. You got it. Just. Oh wait, no.
Oh no.
Wait, sorry.
My life.
You got it. Wait, go from the top, and then pull like that. Yeah, there you go.
That's my bad. Do you believe in bad people? I was actually thinking about this on the way over, because I have to tell you something else once we end this episode about somebody else. But yes, I do. And I will say that because, yes, they're bad people. I don't think people are born evil, and I don't even think you can be a bad person until 30. I mean, not even. Obviously, until your frontal lobe is developed, I will. There's like a certain element there
Right.
because I think that there is a lack of grace we give to a lot of people. But I'm not going to say there aren't bad people. If you're inherently and purposefully putting harm on somebody else and you've had um you've had multiple chances to redeem yourself or better yourself and you continue to choose to put people in harmful situations and choose to put out more negativity than positivity into the world, yes, I will say you're a bad person. I don't think there's a lot of bad people in the world, but I think especially in combination with money and power, you're a bad person. I
Do you
think
think
there are
that
bad.
people with money and power like can avoid being bad people, or
Yes.
does it do it to them, or are they like complacent in something making them bad, or do they themselves also have to become bad? Like, does that make sense?
I think both. I think it makes sense. I mean, okay. If we want to talk business models, look at Costco, right? Look at Costco's CEO.
Mm-hmm. I love
I
Costco.
love Costco, and they're actually such a economically strategic and also economically like positive externality business. Like they're smart and they're ethical in a sense.
Yeah, no,
Obviously, you
they
can't
do
afford
have like
everything.
they have like
Yeah,
solid morals within the
solid
company.
morals, good employees, 6% turnover, 401k match. Like they're a good company. The CEO takes home a good amount every year, but he takes home less than
The
um
all the employee.
Amazon,
Oh, I
Jeff
see.
Bezos. Like he takes it's a way different. I think that humans, I'm not like a communist, but humans, there's no one should be a billionaire. No one should have unlimited power in that sense because I think in today's world, that much money is unlimited power.
Mm-hmm.
In certain senses. Um,
True.
so yeah.
Do you think if you say you're not a communist, but like if you're running for office, which I think you might one day.
See if this interview comes out.
Oh my
No,
God.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
But this one is gonna destroy your chances. Yeah, but like what would be your title? You know how like Zoran Mamdani is like a democratic socialist
Mm,
candidate. Who would you be?
I think I would try to be like Zoran Mandami, but maybe a little bit more evil.
You'd be an evil democratic socialist?
Yes, because almost like Newsom, I think, but I would be
Newsom's definitely a
fighting
little
for the
evil.
unhoused people.
I
I
see.
think Newsom doesn't like them as much.
He's not such a fan.
I want the wealth gap better, dude. The
Mm.
wealth gap is terrifying right now. The one thing I'm really concerned about right now is the wealth gap.
What is one law you'd put in your perfect world?
I mean, I would just completely change our tax system.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Please
I
elaborate.
mean,
You're gonna kind of lose me with taxes, I hate to
okay,
say, but
okay.
I would love for the listeners to hear. Your mom's gonna love this.
Okay.
You ASMR the
So
taxes.
yes, so yes, not to be too econ student. Do I know if econs majoring is a good idea? Will econ lead to anything? I don't know, but it's extremely interesting. I think economics are literally like better than psychology because I think unfortunately humans
You
are
whisper stuff.
selfish, and
Yeah.
I think economics explains human behavior so perfectly, unfortunately. What was
Mm.
I gonna say? Okay. I think that unfortunately, right now in America specifically, are not, we do not have good welfare economics. We have a lot of economic systems in place that hurt the poor and help the wealthy. And unfortunately, a lot of the wealthy run these systems and it's hard to change. And I would not probably be saying this 2 years ago as strongly,
Mm.
but because of who's
It
in
keeps getting
office, it keeps
better,
getting
bigger.
bigger. What's happening in office is just, dude, it's crazy. But yeah, I think that I would adopt what Finland is doing, dude.
Mm.
And look at them. Look at their happiness rating. You know, America went down like 3 points in welfare. Like what country? Like the country
Of course we did. I think we're like the most unhappy
yeah,
people.
like you know how Afghan is like no, like their scale of like a
Oh.
good like a
Yeah,
happy,
yeah.
healthy, wealthy. Like Finland and everywhere is here, and I think America is like here, dude. Like we've literally moved down like 3 points since the last election. So I would try to build a better economic system. Even even credit cards are evil in their own way.
Oh, yeah,
Everyone's
certainly.
out for themselves when it comes to money, and although we have a system that like perpetuates that, I would try to change that cuz it's
That's
yeah.
good. And then the last question I ask every episode, and you've given like 100 different versions of it, but it's called Through the Cameron Lens. I'd like to ask you, Allie, what do you see through the Allie lens?
I think that the most successful you can be and the people you should be the most jealous of are the people who have the ability to be happy and find like joy throughout their lives. Like I feel like right now what I'm like kind of struggling a lot with is like always feeling like, oh, when you get here you'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, oh, when you get here you'll be happy. And I think a lot of people do that, and I think that although I don't even talk about like current times. Let's just pretend the government is happening right now. I know
Yeah,
that there are
sure, yeah.
real struggles that can seriously impact someone's happiness, but just like try to spread more kindness than hate. I don't know. Like just like try to just like positivity makes literally is the biggest difference in your brain and literally like your success. Like it literally like science shows that, you know, like your brain literally dictates the way you move through life. So like take your
And you can
anxiety medication and go to therapy, and it's not cool to be it's not drop the victim mindset. If you are a victim, you can keep it, but like I don't know what I'm
But yes,
saying.
yeah, I totally know what you're saying. You have to focus on the positivity and take control of your own life
Take control of your own life, like
and your own mind.
in your own mind, and just like your own mind. Like it's really hard, but I think yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a bad world at all. I think a lot of humans have made it a fricked up world, but it's not a bad world. And I think we tend to assume the worst of people, but I don't know.
The vast majority are good.
The vast majority are good, and the people around you don't probably have bad intentions.
Yeah.
So,
That's
yeah.
great. Thank you so much, Allie.
Yay, thanks for
doing it.
having
Thanks
me.
for coming on. Bye. See you next week.
Bye.